Coming at you, Ryan, with that comment about us being late. Oh, no, you don't. Just kidding. Hey, welcome in to the AJA Sports Show. Shenanigans galore. Ryan, you already commented here about we're running a little late, and yes, technically, I guess we're running a little late, but
Tommy.
You know, I mean, I guess, you know, it was in the cards for us to be at, you know, on this time. So, thanks for being here.
After that game the other day, Ace, I don't even know if I should be here.
Yeah, I know. I should just
utter debacle.
Ban everybody from the show.
I mean, dude, I was hyped. I was ready to go. I was feeling every ounce of my Lakers pride the other day, man.
You're
relegated right out of me.
You're relegated to the comment section. I'll do this,
dude. That's what I mean. Seriously,
like Thanos. I'll do it myself.
Exactly.
You know. Okay, so
I mean, good lord.
So welcome in, everybody. This is Ace and Jay here talking about NBA action. You know, we're on a little tangent here about the other night, but really, it's just all-encompassing. The NBA playoffs are in full effect. Lots of crazy stuff happening. Still have some
best thing.
Still have some nuts and bolts as far as fans go out there. Thankfully, no one's done anything in the last couple of days, so that's some refreshing news.
There we go.
We're gonna talk about
Ace. I don't mean to cut you off, but you know what that's like? It's like when you're at work and they put up that sign. It's like how many days since the last accident?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. 0 days.
I'm gonna put on the whiteboard behind me.
There it is. Yep.
0 days.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, no, sorry. We're at 3 days now. Okay.
Yeah, we're at the. Hey, go credit.
Okay, so on today's show, we're gonna talk about some of the matchups that happened on Tuesday and Wednesday. Just kind of go over them for a little bit. We don't need to, maybe on a couple of games talk about the past too much and just move on. We'll see how the past couple of games and days have shaped the Eastern Conference because they're ready for their second round already. We'll talk about tonight's games and tomorrow's game, and kind of give you guys our feeling and vibes on how those games are going to play out, and then we'll end the show kind of covering what to look ahead for this weekend. And but first let's talk about Tuesday. So Tuesday night we actually joined you. That was Andrew and Jay with me surprising them in the middle of the broadcast there. Yeah,
spontaneous, baby.
Definitely.
We were texting you before, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be driving home, watching it, and then if I can get there, I can get there. I don't think I will." And then there he goes in the flesh.
To also explain, this is for now something we do for fun, but we have a purpose behind the show, right? We really want to create positive content for the sports community and be able to like express our passions and whatnot as we continue on, in the future. I mean, essentially, we've been doing this for a couple of months now, and I think we're having a pretty good time with it. So just wanted to throw it out there that we also are doing this by also working jobs and stuff like that. So no need to explain every time one of us can't make the show. But Andrew is a little MIA today, so definitely looks like he'll be here in the comment section. If he's not, do your thing, rest man. We'll be able to hold down the fort without you for today.
Me poor lades.
But we will expect you to clock in for your next shift. So
no excuses.
If you can't make that one, you're gonna have to give me a phone call about 8 hours before, and I need an explanation. There's no HR department here at the AJ Sports Show, so I don't have to explain my tactics or why.
We may need to bring in like a surprise guest or something, like a one-time appearance.
Definitely. What's going on, Elizabeth? Thank you for being here as well. And we love you too, man. We love you too. Genuinely do. Okay, so I pulled up the scores. Surprised Andrew and Jay on that show the other day, but also we had a couple of surprises, i.e., Damian Lillard could not miss a shot, to end his to to end the game. Like the game kept going on, and he had another shot to send it into a third overtime, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the Nuggets beat the Trailblazers 147-140. We'll cover that game first.
Crazy game.
Yeah, it was nuts. Like, also it went simultaneous to the Laker game and Suns game, so I'm sure a lot of people were like, flipping towards the other game to see how it was going. Dame finished with 55 points, 2 game-tying three-pointers, and 10 assists. Mm-hmm. So that man played possessed. Jokic actually had some assists, but I mean, he took him 2 overtimes to get there. So we're talking about his how productive he can be with the assist element in his arsenal, and they did win. So I'll give him, I'm gonna obviously give him some accolades there for that. However, to me, Jokic is still not playing to the potential that I saw all season.
Really?
So, yeah, he's been a focal part of the game. I don't think it's him. Right? I think it's some of his role players. So
yeah, well, he's missing a lot of pieces. So
yeah, and you're right. We talked about him missing Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon has stepped up in his absence, but not entirely, right?
Nah.
You're still missing the fact that Jamal brought in points on the board, right? So it was nice to see Monte Morris put in some work for them.
Career high 28. Yeah, career high 28. And the other thing that Jamal Murray does is he gets the ball out of Jokic's hands. I mean, it just gets him a little time off, dude. You can go down the court and get a breather while Jamal Murray goes out there and runs a high screen and roll with Paul Millsap or JaMychal Green or even Michael Porter Jr. Or nowadays, I mean, they do guard on ball screens now. But it just gives him a blow, even just one time down the court. When you're a guy who has played every game this season in the shortest offseason that any professional sport has ever seen, like the NBA has, then you got to get them when you can, especially when you're planning on making a deep playoff run. So, Ace, what do you got drinking there, by the way? Did we express with the folks what we got in the glass there? Because it's pretty impressive. It looks good.
One of these days I'm gonna drop my beverage onto my laptop here. Thank God do I have Apple Care, hun? I don't know. If I don't, we'll just push a bunch of F's in the comments for that.
No, dude, everyone has Apple Care. You see Apple, you see how much you're spending on Apple stuff, and then you see that the Apple Care is like $50, and you're like, bro, I'm already spending like $1,300. My whole left leg is going to this thing. I might as well just get the Apple Care.
So I bought 2 watermelons from the store. Long-winded answer here. Both of the watermelons were trash, so instead of throwing them away, blended them bad boys up. The wifey did. She blended them up, added a little bit of sugar, and we have a watermelon agua fresca.
Ooh.
However, I added in this nice melon cart from Golden Road Brewery.
Golden Road, you've talked about them before.
Yeah, I've drank a couple of their beers on on stream, and there's a brewery. Well, there's a couple. Went there for my sister's birthday last month. Happy B-Day, sis. And
buddy,
I've also been to the one in Anaheim as well. It's a cool spot. Nice, good beer. Pretty inexpensive. Like the food's actually like really, really good. So they got some nice stuff going on there. But I combined the agua fresca with the melon cart cerveza. So it's actually it's amazing. I wish I wish I could be in the same room with you guys to make you guys one. She is confirming that I can be stupid and ruin my laptop and still be able to, get a new one. So we're good.
There you go.
Okay. The other day when Amanda, she told me I had to shave my beard, or no, to shave your guys' heads. I flipped off my hat and I threw my headphones onto my laptop like a ninny, and I was like, oh no, like
like the TikTok.
Yeah, no, we would have had a perfect little composition right there on the screen that I could have put onto TikTok and
absolutely,
maybe gotten like TikTok famous. So
yeah, it hits the For You page, baby. It's over. That's all you gotta do on TikTok.
But yeah, thanks for asking what I'm drinking. Long-winded answer complete.
Oh, good answer. It's a good answer. It's a good drink. Deserves a good answer.
Okay, so I wanted to also mention, because as we talk about some of these games, right, Tuesday and Wednesday, Jokic played the second most minutes this season, right, behind Julius Randle. And we saw what Julius Randle was able to do in his series, right? Very low field goal percentage.
Lack thereof, yeah.
Right, well, yeah, like he was still trying to yank up shots, but he wasn't making any. So, again, I don't want to imply that you need to always have like 2 or 3 stars in this league. However, it does seem clear that you need some rest here and there, and playing the most minutes in the league anymore is not necessarily going to translate into you winning an NBA championship. So that's the only part I get a little worried about this Nuggets team. You know, like I know that Jokic can carry. I still believe Jokic will help them win this series. However,
right.
It does get a little complicated when you start to think of like, damn, this guy has not missed a game all season. It's like crazy, right? And he's still healthy, right? He's relatively healthy.
Again, given the short off season too. I mean, it's amazing what he's doing right now.
So
yeah, what's up, Amanda?
What's going on, Amanda?
Amanda was there the other day when she saw us get all crazy with our Lakers jerseys and stuff. So Amanda, I was talking about in the beginning, feeling some pain today. Feeling some pain.
I know. I picked the shirt and then I picked the hat. So I'm not. I didn't necessarily say like, oh, I'm not going to wear a Lakers gear today. But,
right. I told Asa before, and I'll give you guys a little insight here. I was like, damn, man, I should wear the jersey again because, like, I should wear the jersey again. Like, nothing changed, right? We had one bad outing. I should wear the jersey again. And then I was like, dang, but if I wear it and we lose again, I'm going to know it was because I wore the jersey. Baseball guy at heart, so I believe in jinxes.
You know who doesn't have this problem? Those professional paid guys that have to wear suits and nice button-ups and ties every day.
Yeah, I know.
Where
they wear a sweater.
Where they can never relate what they wear to if the team that they like won or not.
Right.
And here we are as like sports fans with our heart on our sleeves.
Yep.
These are our superstitions, and like we're
come
super
on now, be honest about
it. Yeah, I'm with you. So what I've noticed is because I haven't been able to watch every game because I've worked and whatnot. In two of our losses though, I was wearing my Lakers hat. So, and I was at home in the living room. So tonight I'm not going to wear my Lakers hat. I'm gonna watch my the game, but I'm thinking maybe I go to my parents' house, which they live next door, or to my bedroom, because I gotta break that superstitious, like
some mojo
vibes.
going on.
Yeah. And then
you gotta zig.
When the Lakers win tonight, yeah, my zig will be like, okay, I done the Lakers proud,
Oh please, gosh!
So
I hope you're speaking it, buddy, because I can't handle another night.
If you guys have superstitions, let us know. Do you have to do you flush the toilet before you get up? Do you read the newspaper comment, like the joke section, always before you read the sports section? I don't know. Let us know if you have some weird things that you do. And while we go on here on the show, we'll highlight a couple of those too.
Do you have a lucky coin, Ace?
Do you have your lucky coin too? Okay. Well, I have a couple of lucky trinkets here and there.
I was gonna say, yeah, I do. Yep.
I don't carry anything on me per se that like I always go to, but they're always relatively close. So I have a couple of like lucky things that I keep in my car. I have
Yep.
I have like one thing in my backpack.
Yep.
To not get like too into my life, I will exclude one of those things, even though it's like not dirty or anything. Just I'm not gonna say
it's already in that. No, everyone already thinks it's something dirty, so you're done.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I have a knack for being very sentimental. So I still have like birthday cards that people sent me when I was like 7 years old. It's just one of those things where like I'm a Cancer. I'm born June 26th, so the countdown to my B-Day is still on, everyone.
You know it, baby. Hashtag get Ace a jersey.
Yeah. We're gonna make the Venmo AJ Sports Show Venmo, and then we'll live stream me going onto the NBA.com website to buy an extremely overpriced jersey.
Water signs. What's it? What is? I don't
know. I'm a crab. I'm a Cancer.
Oh. I don't know any of that. I think Aquarius has to be water, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right? I mean, it's Aquarius, right? Aquarium, water.
I should just leave this comment on the screen the whole time. Just
right.
Okay, so we're gonna do it where if you don't have a better comment, it doesn't go on screen.
There you go. Yeah, we don't have Andrew here today, so it's not blocking anyone. Sometimes
Yeah,
the comment
okay.
blocks them on the bottom, so that's
sure.
why you get rid of it. Okay, I'm with it. You can see the screen, you can see us, we're good.
Okay, so back to the action. Were you surprised that the Nuggets pulled that out after you seeing Damian Lillard go off like a madman?
I mean, I thought they were going to win like twice. I thought as they were getting into the fourth quarter, they were up by like 7 with like a minute to go. I was like, okay, you're up by 7. It's going to have to take a monumental collapse for you to have any shot. And it didn't really take a collapse. Just Damian Lillard decided to hit every 3-pointer he shot. So, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great game. I wasn't surprised the Nuggets won. I could imagine either of them winning, but yeah.
Every overtime period started with the Nuggets going up a few points and then the Trailblazers coming back. Also, the heroics at the end of the game overshadowed the fact that the Trailblazers were down 20-something points in the second quarter, first and second quarter, and then got it to a 5-point game or whatever going to halftime, which is just ridiculous. So a little shame could have been thrown on the Nuggets, right? Because if they had lost that game after having the 20-point game, oh man, the narrative, the excitement of having an MVP season, it's down the gutter. Dirk Nowitzki, when he was MVP in 2011, got knocked out in the first round, man.
Yeah.
He was like, please don't make me MVP. Please don't make me MVP. I do not want to be MVP this year. And he was MVP. So
wasn't that right after they won when they beat the Heat? Wasn't that the year right after, I think?
No, I think that was the year before. I think that was the year before.
I don't remember. I think they lost in the first round again the year after, I'm pretty sure. Wait a minute. Amanda,
okay.
So Aquarius is not a water sign?
Yeah, like
the word aqua is in Aquarius, right?
Right. Yeah. That has to be.
I don't know how to spell, right?
Okay,
I don't know. I believe Amanda. She's in the
Scorpio isn't Scorpio. I know. Okay. Okay. Should I put some of these comments on here? Just okay.
Yeah, I gotta know now.
New lucky jersey. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a McKinney. I'm gonna buy a McKinney jersey. Our 15th guy off the bench.
Right.
So she did say Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio is scorpion, right? Aren't they like a water?
It's an
scorpion?
air sign. Wow. Amanda teaching us something every day. Holy snot! Would have never guessed it.
Amanda, I'm never getting up there. Ryan, you're up here. You were the first person up here.
There you go. Yep.
You were the first one in the on stream, bro. So we give you props for that every time.
That's crazy.
It's fun to stay a while. Okay. I'm just reading through these here.
Yeah. How
Andrew,
does that make? I don't get that.
So Andrew and I are water signs. Yeah. Jay, what's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Oh, so you're air. So
yeah.
So is that all air up in your head or what? Like
I guess, yeah. I mean, Jiminy, dude. I didn't know.
Pisces clan.
I could have sworn Aquarius, like the picture looks like waves. Like but it's maybe it's wind. Ooh, big brain. Didn't even think about that.
Does the year affect your astrology sign, Amanda? Does like 2021 affect?
Doesn't it's like the moon, like the moon when you're born or something like that.
I love the moon.
Oh
man.
Boy, are we about to go on like an astrology Friday tomorrow and just talk about astrology?
Look. I don't know if it'll show, but on my watch app, I gotta.
Oh, you got the moon.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's a moon?
Yeah, bro.
Is that the Death Star?
It's the moon. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I sound like a duck. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, Disney.
Not the reference.
Do you know?
God. We're done.
Disney's gonna take all credit for this video. It's gonna be
we're done.
I'm getting a call right now. Mickey Mouse. You and Andrew have a lot of
now.
similar traits. Ace, you both water signs. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. We always say we're gonna bring someone on and then do something like hilarious or dumb. So, okay.
We gotta do this.
We gotta do that Marvel show with Maddie, right?
Megan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We got to do an astrology show with Amanda. And Megan, M&M, right? Megan, Marvel, Amanda, astrology. Can you, like...
Alliteration City, baby. These titles are writing themselves.
AJ, I mean, like, there's balance there. I'm so with it. The only outliers are here, I see here are Ryan. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, man. I'm just being silly. Ryan, what
what sign are you, Ryan?
I do know his birthday.
And Lord
I
Lizzie,
don't know
Lord
the
Lizzie.
signs, and I don't want to search.
All right, let's let them answer. And then, did you see the Boston game? I mean, without Kemba Walker,
Yeah,
Robert Williams, it was really not really anything. You know what I'm saying?
So, the Nets to me were just hilariously like rubbing it in at the end of the game. Kevin Durant nails a three, Kyrie nails a three, James Harden nails a three. It's like late in the fourth quarter, they're just piling it on. It was like a 27-point game or something. Then the Nets were just having some fun out there. It didn't look like it was serious. Like the Celtics, this is the gentleman sweep, right? Where you let your opponent win one game and then you just, well, it's not a sweep, I guess, in this scenario. The Utah series was a gentleman sweep, but essentially, right? Like, they had no shot. Like, I don't. Yeah. Jaylen Brown doesn't change the outcome of this series. What I
think he makes it more, right? I mean, it's probably 6-7.
Sure.
I think it's probably 6-game series.
Maybe that's my. I think maybe he does, but
yeah.
I think this team lacks like, some presence of a big guy, like a big vet. Like, I don't know. I need someone like, when they were actually winning, they. All of their guys were like kind of at the peak or downwards peak of their careers.
Right. Sagittarius. Lord Lizzie's a Sagittarius. Oh, Ryan? Does Ryan not know? Ryan might not know. It didn't sound like he like remotely knew anything about astrology. And I'm right there with you, Ryan. I had no clue, as you can tell. I thought Aquarius was a water sign. So
Sagittarius. So that's the bow and arrow. I think
that's like Katniss Everdeen.
So is that a land? Is that like or is that air?
It's fire. She says fire.
Fire sign, complete opposite. Yeah, water and I. Literally every day I tell my wife like, you got to be like me, and then she's like, I don't want to be like you. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Ryan's a Libra. Okay, so we don't know anything about that. Amanda, can you offer anything about a Libra? Because we have no idea what that even remotely.
Yeah, I did look into my wife's and I astrology when we were engaged. Because people at work were like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be with the Sagittarius." But what I do know over astrology is opposites attract, and
there you go.
What makes me a better person can make my wife. Like some of the things that I have good qualities about I can bring out in my wife, and
yin yang, baby.
It's just about finding that middle ground, where you guys can come together and then realize, oh, okay, today is a learning experience. Like, I'm a big hard-headed guy, so like I got to take my words for actually what they're worth. Ryan said he looked it up on Google.
Did you see Amanda's comment? Why?
Because they
to astrology.
Because it's all about time, right? And the moon relation and all I can think of is run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, good call. If I ever hear that, I'm out the front door.
Anyways, bro, Nets at Celtics.
Yeah.
Nets and Celtics. It doesnly really matter. I mean, I think I called it and said like Tatum had to have 50-point games for them to even win. Realistically, like he can't shoulder that load, especially when like the Nets could give him attention. The Nets aren't a great defensive team, mind you, but like it's difficult to win on the back of just one person, especially when you're already kind of at a deficit in talent and a deficit of having not having home field advantage. So
right. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, losing Kemba Walker and not having Robert Williams is crazy. One of the weirder moves during the trade deadline was that they traded Daniel Tice. He was a stretch five, someone that I thought fit in really well instead of starting Tristan Thompson, who can't shoot outside the paint. Yeah. Really excited for the Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks series. I'm sure we'll talk about that tomorrow or something. So I won't get too deep into that. What I did want to mention real quick, though, is the Celtics shakeup, right? I mean, Danny Ainge stepped down. He's no longer president of basketball operations. It's going to be Brad Stevens, who apparently, according to reports, though, it makes a lot of sense. He sounds like he's drained from coaching right now, which is not a good sign. Imagine, I guess that's what, I don't know like what he means by being drained from coaching. Like, I mean, I know they get, it was a shortened season and everything like we mentioned, but I mean, he's only 40. What is he, 40? I think he's like 42 or something like that. So he's going to step into, super young. So I'm sure he's going to step into the basketball operations role. So
I'm as old as Derrick Rose. And when I hear him talk and he's like the other day when he's talking about what Capella said.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I'm 32. Like, I guess I'm not 32 yet. I'm almost there, but
Right.
But yeah, I'm like,
a few days. Yep.
Yeah, 23 days.
23 days. Yep.
Where's the comment? This one. Yeah. So, but I was like, yeah, I can relate to that. Like talking about being old per se, but it's not about that, right? It's about just like sometimes you feel a generation older than
right. There's a gap.
Generation, like Trae Young being out on this court, like. And going like we'll talk about him in the Wednesday slated games, right? But man, he makes me feel old. Especially
we'll talk about that.
Especially if you go on to like SportsCenter or ESPN's Instagram, they posted a couple of times because ESPN likes to repost. Trae Young taking pictures with a bunch of NBA stars, and like you see this guy when he's like 6 years old taking pictures with like Kobe and Garnett and whomever. I don't know.
Crazy, man. Yeah, Coach K stepping down. Andrew, good call there.
So yeah,
maybe we don't have to talk about that too much, but yeah, he's stepping down.
Yeah, so Celtics in rebuild, right? I mean, they're going to make the playoffs because they're in the East, but Celtics in rebuild. At least that's what it sounds like.
Are they rebuilding though? I mean, if you have JT and you have Jalen. I mean, how much? I think you can I think retool is more of the.
Okay, I
but we say that every year. But we say that every freaking year with the damn Celtics, and then they never trade for anybody.
Yeah. And Andrew bringing up Coach K stepping down. He had a really nice, pleasant news conference today. I watched like 30 minutes of it. Kind of. I was cleaning the house and stuff.
That's another you're getting old moment, dude. You hear Coach K stepping down.
He's 74 years old or 72.
Yeah.
One of those. I was like, oh my no, he's 74. I was like, dude does not look that old, even though like he is in a stressful like job, which he's been doing for 40 years.
Absolutely. It gets tiring, dude. Recruiting and everything. Like, I mean.
Yeah, definitely the. Oh man, I don't know. He's definitely like top 2, top 3 best NCAA college coaches all time.
Yeah, we saw Roy Williams too. He stepped down after this year, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You got Wooden and Krzyzewski. Like it's like right there.
We're getting old now, babe.
Okay, so we're gonna talk very briefly about the Lakers and Suns.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
The Lakers were terrible, a joke, frustrating beyond all measure. We broke it down in text messages. Let me pull that up real quick. Andrew had really good take, and since he's not here today, let me run down Andrew's take real quick. We text a lot, man. So hold on, let me just get to it.
It was rather embarrassing the other day. Okay.
Yes.
Let's put it lightly. Okay.
Andrew, where's your take?
Okay.
Ridiculous. Five takeaways from Andrew. There's a lid on the bucket. We just weren't scoring.
For anybody besides LeBron James.
Phoenix didn't miss. Ridiculous.
Everyone shots.
And then he also put neither did Dame. Yes, Dame was unbearably awesome.
Ridiculous.
The other day. He put loose balls, 50-50s, and whistles went Phoenix's way all night. I agree.
Yep.
The subjective part being whistles, but I mean, if you watch some of that game, like with
we weren't winning, but it didn't help.
Yeah. It wouldn't have caused us to win, but I was like,
exactly.
Really?
It did not help at all. LeBron was getting mugged.
And here you put on your earmuffs. Shoot the fucking ball. We were very hesitant all night. And and his last takeaway: Thursday can't come soon enough. Thursday's here. Tip off in an hour and a half. So we'll see how that game shakes down.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, definitely scary. If you're a fan of the Lakers, because you don't get many. Haven't been in the playoffs a ton. The last besides last year, and so haven't played a home game in such a long time. So they're going home tonight. So as long as they win their home game tonight, pushes the game 7. Just to give you guys a quick update, the Trailblazers are beating the Denver Nuggets 51-47 with 5 minutes and change.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Quarter.
We got a shams. I don't know what they call them. Woj bombs. What are the shams ones called?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Yeah. Lakers star Anthony Davis with a strain groin plans to play in Game 6 versus the Suns as long as warm-ups go accordingly. Sources tell The Athletic and at Stadium. That is from Shams Charania from The Athletic.
Nice. We'll see what happens. Let's see if that Woj bomb doesn't, not a little bomb. Hopefully that's a big bomb, right?
A sham slam, Andrew. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
That's it.
LeBron not losing in the first round is crazy. I don't think it takes away from
That
his
is
legacy.
great.
Legacy if he loses in the first round. However, but as a Lakers, purist here, I don't want to see us losing the first round. I've seen it happen before. Don't like it. Don't want it to happen. I don't want to see Phoenix be reasonably successul this year. I'm sorry. I just don't want to see that happen. Okay?
Yeah.
Am I not
yeah.
out?
Yeah.
So,
no. By all means. Yeah.
The one thing that I want to say about this game, and then we'll move on, because there's nothing to talk about the Lakers. They played like shit, right? The Suns played very well. Cameron Payne is ridiculous. However well he played, though, we just let him do whatever the hell he wanted. You want to shoot an open three? Sure, we'll barely put a hand up. You want to run and lay it up over Markieff Morris? Absolutely. We won't play defense. The Suns did what the Lakers needed to do, and they just out-hustled the Lakers at every opportunity. They played tough. They played hard in every sense of that word, and so they deserved to win based off of those merits alone. The Lakers didn't put it on the line, so that's at least how
Andrew. Asa, Andrew says that Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch is in the starting lineup.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. I'm cool with that. Yeah, Ryan. See, Ryan, this is why I love having Ryan in here, bro. This dude's got some sense to him. I tell you. I mean, because if you watch any sports show, oh my God, it's LeBron's legacy. What is he gonna do if he gets knocked out in the first round? Even though it's never happened. It happened to Kobe Bryant like twice. Okay, let's just slow down a darn second. LeBron has quadrupled his years played that he's made it to the finals. The years that he hasn't made it to the finals. Like, it's ridiculous how many times this dude has made it to the finals. One first round loss or exit. And I don't think we're gonna lose because I'm a freaking Laker fan and we got this. But anyway, one first round exit is nothing to this guy's career when you have the shortest offseason. Honestly, and we talked about it already. So this isn't me being a Laker guy and saying, oh, the short offseason is ridiculous. Because I talked about it. It's stupid. It's dumb. This is all because you didn't want to push back the following season. You got to push some seasons back a little bit to readjust, man. But to make these guys play on as short a rest as you did, look at all the people that got hurt. I mean, it was a massacre throughout the entire regular season, and you saw it in the beginning of the postseason. Joel Embiid's hurt now. Donovan Mitchell was injured going in. I mean, how many people have been questionable? Jaylen Brown's not playing. So,
yeah.
I mean, that whole legacy kind of BS is really annoying. The only thing I'll say about the game, I've never seen Dennis Schroeder look like he didn't ever want to belong on that court, and I haven't seen that at all, which was really interesting. Because even in regular season games, this was never a guy that didn't die for loose balls, that wasn't going after it and
He's
getting
Mr.
after
Hustle.
it on defense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he's for. We all know that. And every Laker fans respected the out of Dennis Schroeder for coming in and doing that. Because LeBron's getting older and AD's brittle. We got to have one of you guys that, can take the load offensively and be able to, scrap down there a little bit. So Dennis Schroeder all year was someone who was willing to get in there and do the dirty work. And he definitely was not doing that the other day. These combination of Lakers shot absolutely terrible. I mean, every Laker shot terrible if your name's not LeBron James, but that's only because he's LeBron James. But Morris, Drummond, Dennis Schroeder, KCP, Wes Matthews, Alex Caruso, and Ben McLemore shot a combined 6 of 35. That's 17% from the field. If LeBron James would have scored every bucket that he shot the other day, the Lakers still would have lost by 6. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Just to look ahead real quick, I will also read off a text message that I sent the guys the day after we lost. I'm all about the text messages today, apparently. I said, just your daily reminder that the Lakers have lost by 30 points 3 times in the playoffs and came back to win the series all 3 times. 1984, 1988, and 2000. 2000, we won an NBA title, beat the Indiana Pacers. And then also, number 2, LeBron averages an NBA record high in points in elimination games. So I would expect nothing more than LeBron just doing absolutely everything that he can. And then if if the Lakers don't respond like collectively as a group, then that's on them. LeBron will probably do everything that he can to make this a 7-game series at least.
Absolutely. And can I address one more thing about LeBron, Ace?
Yes,
because it's getting ridiculous, right? All the narrative out there now is that LeBron doesn't take over, right? Like Kobe and Jordan, they would have went down swinging and shooting all the shots. And if you're asking LeBron to do that after 14, 15, 16 years in the NBA now, I don't know what to tell you. You don't know how LeBron James operates, because that's not what he does. LeBron James is almost like a robot out there, right? He takes what the defense gives him, analyzes what the defense is giving him, and makes the best basketball play every time, which is why he's been able to do everything he's done. If you were to go out there and write the perfect algorithm for if you're defended this way, you want to do this thing, LeBron is the walking epitome of always doing that correct. Like 98% of the time. And guess what? Why do you think he's won so freaking much? Because that's exactly what he does. So people who want him to score more, guys, he's still doing that and doing everything else at an unbelievable level. He had 24, 5, and 7 the other day, and he didn't get his full run, obviously, because we were down by effing 30. He shot the ball 19 times. He took like 9 3-pointers. He was going to have a 40-point, a high 30, 40-point triple-double. There was everyone that is saying LeBron could have done more. What? Besides actually physically go make the guys hit the shots that they were wide open to shoot.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
I wonder what sign these people are that are just haters for the Lakers. You know, we just got to balance the universe. That's the way that I see it too, right? If you hopped on any broadcast. A West Coast one, a national televised one. It's Lakers are done, Suns are winning in 6. And sure, that's an opinion. I guess you could say like it's just one take you want to take, but people really want to die on this stone that the Lakers are done. And however, the way that I kind of view it, Jay, and you can kind of tell me if you think this is how it's gonna play. I don't think the Suns have really felt like they've felt pressure yet. So just wait till Game 7. DeAndre Ayton, are you still going to be putting up 80% field goal percentage? Devin Booker, are you still going to be shooting lights out? Because I've seen you miss several shots here, buddy. Cam Payne, is he going to be able to like come up there and really like still be able to provide the points off the bench? Right. I just wonder, because this is a relatively young team minus the 35-year-old Chris Paul, right?
Right. We just got to get the job done today. You know, that's a good point.
I don't know if these guys can handle that pressure. So
yeah, and that's a good point. The Lakers got to get the job done today.
Not to transition away from talking about our Lakers, because
oh no, I think we lost Ace to some technical difficulties, boys. Guys, we will be right back. Give us 1 second.
Who do I gotta beat up here?
And we're back.
Who do I have to like pay? I complained to my internet provider that our internet is not good. I'm literally like 20 feet away from the damn router and modem. And then this is the 4th time we're live on stream. You know, what if I had a national audience here? Huh, Spectrum? Get
Come
your
on,
shit
Spectrum.
together.
Yeah, I see your commercials all the time. Spectrum for business. Be Spectrum for homes first and do business.
So let me just address Ryan's comment, because I've had it on the screen for like 17 minutes.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, and that's what I said in this last video too, or maybe the one before that. But if LeBron wins the series, wins the title, 7 seed, first to ever do it, he might be the, like, if we're looking at up to the point of Michael Jordan and then after, he might be the greatest player of all time, right? Because I think you're allowed to say like Jordan might have been the greatest player of all time, but I think at some point you have to like rationalize it, because so many players come into the NBA where like, you know, maybe it's of that era, right? Because generally speaking, there is a divide in how the game is played now. So I don't think it's horse shit to say Michael Jordan is the greatest player of the era that he played up until I'd say probably like early 2000s, right? And then I would say that LeBron is the greatest player of his generation. And I think generation is hard to, define, like I said, but and LeBron still might be kind of in the back end of MJ's, but we do have a new style of basketball, right? It's shoot the lights out of the ball, don't rely on defense, super teams have always kind of been a thing. It's always kind of
teams that want to win championships rely on defense.
Yeah. Right. If you want to, and then if you want to win a title, you have to play defense, but you also have to have at least like 2 stars on your team. There's hardly any cases out there of someone who's really done it by himself, except Bill Russell when he was playing against the PE coaches and in playing in an 8-team league. So
right. No, I mean, yeah, LeBron's unbelievable. Anything that he does at this point is just adding to an astonishing legacy. So.
And it does seem selfish to talk about quite a bit, but I mean, we're not going to get this opportunity to keep talking about it. So at some point, the legacy will move on, right? And it's not this year, but we're getting in the realm of this happening. Except if you're Tom Brady, don't even get me started there.
Golly, maybe until this year in his Heat years, MJ always had Pippen, Kobe.
The other thing is maybe. Yeah. No, definitely. You always need that counterpart. Kobe had Powell. Kobe, with Powell, and a generally good defensive team, lost to the Celtics the year before he won one with Powell. So LeBron hasn't had that too much. No,
even when he was in Miami, like Chris Bosh was hurt and Dwayne Wade was in and out of the lineup. He was on the back. He was towards the back end of his career towards that time. Now, I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or anything. I mean, so now he has Anthony Davis. Well, he had Kyrie, and he obviously Kyrie missed time, and Kevin Love missed time. I mean, Matthew Dellavedova started the dang playoffs for him, and then now he has AD, and AD's hurt. The big thing about your number 2 that people don't talk about enough is your number 2 has to be great, but your number 2 also has to be available, which is like a key thing that those 2 gentlemen that you just mentioned, Ryan, Shaq and Pippen, were always available. So availability is a big part of any type of athletic feat that you're trying to accomplish. So being a number 2, definitely being available is a huge asset when you're trying to win championships.
Definitely. So we can kind of.
These were quick, man. Seth Curry's unbelievable.
We're not going to talk. We're not going to talk about the Wizards anymore because they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
They did everything they can. They got one game out of the series, probably because Embiid was hurt. Right. I did have this ending in a sweep. I think you guys had it in 5, but again, the Sixers have a lot of talent on this team, so it's not surprising that talent won in the first round. It's kind of how it goes, right? Your talent, if your talent shows up, you usually win. So the Sixers were never at a deficit really. They never like guns like against the wall like.
Like, they were never made uncomfortable.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't going to happen in this series.
As much as I wanted it to happen for this next series, the Knicks just didn't do anything worthwhile here. Of all their 4 losses, they were just very flat.
They were pitiful. They were abysmal. They could not shoot worth of nothing, and the Hawks are not even like a really good defensive team.
Mm-hmm.
They could not shoot.
Their first loss, which I was like, okay, that's not a bad loss for the Knicks because it was by 2 points. Like the Knicks, the Knicks. I saw Julius Randle play and he didn't play well, so I was like, oh, okay, like the Knicks. All they have to do is Julius Randle has to play better, and then they'll win. But the Hawks never let that happen. Capella was
Julius Randle kind of didn't let it happen, bro. To be honest with you,
he didn't let it happen himself. Yeah,
Jesus.
For sure. Trae Young had a series. Capella played nicely too.
Yeah. Capella was dominant on the boards against a team that's long too.
My guy Derrick Rose had a nice postseason. I don't have his numbers in front of me, but he definitely, him not being out there, these games probably would have been even just that more devastating to look at. But I feel bad for the Knicks. I don't care that there was shenanigans with the Knicks fans. I mean, I do care about that, but I do separate it in some degree. Because the Knicks, to me, like I thought they were going to be a dangerous team because of how well they played the top top 3 hardest schedule to end the second half. They were playing amazing basketball, Jay, and their first half they had one of the easiest schedules, and then they were like under 500. So like it just didn't make any sense that they they played up to their opponents. So I don't know. I don't think it was that was the scenario here. I think the Hawks just played like really well.
No, the Knicks, I talked about it a little bit, and I hate that this national guy has a lot of takes that I do. Obviously, he's, a smart guy, whatever. He's national television, Colin Cowherd. But he called the Knicks the most, huggable franchise right now in the playoffs, like the one that you can put your arms around. But I talked about it kind of in a different way the other day. They're just everyone's whoever you didn't want ended up on the Knicks. Like I talked about Nerlens Noel being like a Thunder, and Royce O'Neal, I mean not Royce O'Neal, I'm sorry, Reggie Bullock, being on 5 NBA teams in the last few years. It was just they don't have enough offensive firepower. They don't pass the ball well. That's one thing that I noticed that was huge. The ball movement on their team that ball sticks. Whether it gets to RJ Barrett's hand or Julius Randle's hand or Derrick Rose's hand for that matter. Derrick Rose can just actually score. That ball is pounded on the hardwood because they dribble a lot. There's not a lot of ball movement going on over there with the New York Knicks, and they don't shoot particularly well. Besides, Bullock was a good shooter. Isaiah quickly looked like the best player on their team last night.
Emmanuel.
I am awful with names, man. Isaiah, okay. Emmanuel.
They're both biblical names, I think.
There we go. Thanks for the save, buddy. Thanks for the save. But yeah, he looked like the best player on the Knicks the other day when they played. So and Trae Young was unbelievable. Bowed to the fans because you guys want to go out there and act like hooligans. Yeah, what happened, Knicks fans? Huh? Game 2, you guys won a home game, tied the series up 1-1. We were climbing on street poles. What happened?
Yeah.
Come on now.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? You got gentlemen swept. You didn't even get another game. You guys were so excited. You won 1 game at the Garden. You got 3 games to play at the Garden, and you only won 1 of them.
Yep.
Hey, and then you have the audacity to scream F Trae Young and stuff. Yeah. Well, take that. Take that little 30-foot on your logo 3-pointer. I bow to your homeboy over there, Spike Lee, and I'll go that way to the second round while y'all go to Cancun.
Yep, you're definitely right, dude. In this, so the Hawks now have the Sixers, who are a little injured here. So I would not be surprised to see some takes out there that like this young team, scrappy team, nothing to lose, can push the Sixers. We'll talk about that in a few, but or as we kind of
if Joel Embiid's healthy, if Joel Embiid's healthy, it's not,
So, we'll see what happens. Okay, so Jazz defeating the Grizzlies, the gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, How I Met Your Mother, babe. We got a lot of those references.
Yeah. Donovan Mitchell played really nice. The Utah Jazz just continued to hit their threes. Again, John Morant did what he could. Played well this whole series, right?
He played
not
amazing.
Not much you can do, right? When your best player is putting up 40 and you're still losing games.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, John Morant was unbelievable. He averaged 30 points and 8 assists and shot 49% from the field. Dude is so slippery, man. Like when he wants to get to the cup, and normally guys like LeBron and stuff who want to get to the cup will just get to the cup whenever they want. But you're seeing a lot of these smaller guys lately, able to get around and finesse their way in. The Euro step is a huge part of the game nowadays, and with how many fouls are being called in the NBA now. John Morant was unbelievable. Donovan Mitchell coming off of that ankle injury. He was supposed to play in game 1, was really upset that apparently the Jazz didn't let him. The medical staff just said that he wasn't ready. Came out and showed him that he looks pretty darn good. Donovan Mitchell's never been one of my favorite guys. I know there's other guys in that second, third year category that I tend to like more, but dang, he's playing really well this whole season. And the numbers speak for himself. He's been really good his entire career so far and continues to do that. So I don't think they're going to win a second round series though. That said, I don't care who comes out of the West. It don't matter to me because they're the Utah Jazz.
Yeah. I don't what.
That's the puzzle.
I think that's the puzzle.
Andrew got it. Attaboy.
Attaboy. Grizz fans after the gentleman's sweep. oh man, is that a Barney Stinson?
Yeah.
In his voice there.
You know it, baby.
Ryan,
Everyone likes How I Met Your Mother in here. Let's go, Ryan, with the Have You Met Ted? Dude, let's go.
One of my favorite things is when Barney's marrying Robin and he passes along the playbook plays to Ted, and then he's in Ted's headset, and then Ted's like, "I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Did you hear me? Mm-hmm." Mm-hmm. And he's like, he keeps like rambling on with him, and then every time that he gets to the punchline, he says like penis or whatever, or like he gets he builds up this nice like pickup line, and then he gets very crude at the end, and then Barney's like, you didn't say it right, and then Ted's like, I said it right.
I said it as well as you can say that.
The gentleman.
Yeah, dude, that's great. Luka's unbelievable, huh?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
He's doing it like by himself, dude. I mean, if you look at we were looking at the box score just while we were on before the show, just hanging out, and I mean, it was Tim Hardaway Jr. had 20, and no one else scored above 8 points, and they scored 105, and they won. I mean, I was telling you too. Ridiculous. 31 of the 37 field goals that Dallas scored, either Luka scored it or assisted it.
Ridiculous.
You never seen it, dude. It's crazy.
He's definitely worth everything that this team has put into him. Number 3 pick, but not even by the Mavericks, or they traded, right, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, well they traded with the Hawks.
Right, with the Hawks, right? Yeah.
Dodgers love a run to the first inning, Ryan. We always do that, man. We'll pop in an inning, and then we struggle to hit for like a day and a half. We go like 12, 13 innings, we don't score.
This team is very, it goes on streaky, I guess you could say.
Need to be more consistent. Belly bomb. Mm-hmm. I know, Ryan. We jinxed him to our freaking team, man. Hey, I'm going to be honest, you're playing pretty good now. You've been a Dodger.
Belly had the belly slam.
Yeah, he did.
Only because you have Pujols. Yeah. Watching Pujols run a double like a week ago, I was like, go Pujols! Go!
Dude.
Like that's all. That's like, probably the equivalent of me on the base pass. Like, I don't know how to slide, so I'd probably, even be worse off there.
It's the first baseman. It's the first baseman on everyone's baseball team, legging out a double and getting a freaking double. That's what it is right there.
Luka is averaging 32.8 points this hit so far in the playoffs, which puts him just like half a point behind Michael Jordan of all time. So that's impressive. And I mean, he's been involved in every freaking play from that team. So
yeah, literally.
I mean, what more could you ask, right?
Literally nothing. He's played in 11. He's played in 11 career playoff games. He has more 40-point games with 4 than games below 25 with 3. You literally can't say anything. One thing I will mention, I don't understand. I think they figured out Shades of Brothers. Oh, wait, what?
Well,
am I missing that?
Pujols played with Yadier Molina.
Oh, gotcha. The Molina brothers, the baseball dude. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
No, just that. Yeah. I noticed that Zubac got less playing time, obviously in the wins that the Clippers have had. They're 0-3 when he plays more than 18 minutes, and they look to remedy that by Didn't he not start last game? I'm pretty sure he didn't start last game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't start that game. I don't think he did. But Luka cooks that dude, basically, is what I wanted to say. Luka just absolutely cooks Zubac. So it makes all the sense in the world to get that dude off the floor because, yeah, he's getting absolutely worked on the switch.
Well, sorry, I cut away from the score. It's not a big deal. But the Mavs and the Clippers are they're just Jekyll and hiding each other to a degree, right? Because on the games that the Clippers have won, I'm like, were the Mavericks here today? No, they were not. And it kind of feels the opposite to the other way. The Clippers had every chance in this game to win too. Mind you, they just couldn't tip in the ball with like 8 seconds to go, and then
Kawhi Leonard and Paul George shoot 3-pointers off the side of the backboard on each side of the freaking court.
Right. Kawhi didn't quite airball his, but
it hit the side of the backboard. It's even worse.
Side.
You might as well airball.
Even worse.
Even worse. And then Kawhi had like 18 points. He's been averaging like 36 points a game. Weird. Just really weird. We'll talk about it later, but the road team has won every game in this series so far.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The Trailblazers lead the Nuggets at halftime, 68-61. Pretty high scoring. Michael Porter's dropped in 26 of the team's 61 points. Jokic only has 9 points right now, so I would assume there's some correction based off of his first half, and Jokic will probably play or have a little bit more say in the second half. He had a little foul trouble as I'm looking at some of these stats here. The Trailblazers looking pretty good so far. Dame is 7 for 11 from the field, 19 points, 3 of 5 from 3, 7 assists. Like Dame is handling this ball, and he's putting this team on his back.
Every year he does this in the playoffs. Andrew, in the comments, Andrew doesn't find him to be a superstar. I mean, I know he has him on a level, but he just sees him slightly underneath. But every year in the playoffs, this dude, the Blazers should be better, right? He shouldn't have to do this. He shouldn't have to score 55 points. But it seems like he always does because he always has to. Well, he doesn't always do it. Obviously, he gets booted, but he does it for as long as he can.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we talked about a couple of days to get us here. We're already at a nice and full show. Again, whatever. We like to talk, right?
I got a Laker game to go get nervous about too.
Yeah, we got another hour, right? You got to decompress before then. So we know.
True.
So if you looked at our thumbnail, right, got that door and who's peeking their head in, right? And we talked about some of these teams that had the door closed on them. So who will close the door in Game 6? So I'm asking you: is Jokic going to close the door on Damian Lillard tonight? Yes or no?
I actually think yes. I think that the Denver Nuggets win this. And just to be fair, I made the projection before the game started. They're down by 9 right now. So, but if you just look at the rest of the Game 6s, it makes the most sense. Because number one, I think LeBron's going to win tonight because I'm a Laker fan and I love LeBron. And then, with Dallas, the road team has won every dang game in that series. So can the Clippers go into Dallas and force a Game 7? Yeah, they can. They've been doing it all. They won 2 games in Dallas already. Absolutely. So why not? I don't see why they wouldn't be able to. So Denver makes the most sense. I think Denver, this Portland-Denver series literally feels like you can flip a coin on any day, and whoever heads or tails you choose, whatever it lands on, that person can win that day. That's how close this series is. Right. With Jamal Murray, I think this is a 6-game series, and the Nuggets are already out of here after tonight. But I still think they probably win today. Out of the 3 remaining Game 6s, I think the Nuggets will close the door on the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, I don't think you're too far off. They're only down. Yeah, they're down 9 now. The third quarter has started, so it was a. The Trailblazers have won the first 2 periods by just a few points. I'm pretty sure that'll correct itself at some point. And then
it's 12 now, so here we
go. Well, yeah, because I'm sure
it's got to update.
I'm sure someone on that team hit a 3.
Yeah, one of the 40 or 50 that's taken every game now in the NBA.
I actually don't agree with you. I think the Clippers lose tomorrow's game.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know. It's not that I don't believe that they're good. They got talent. Right. It's just I don't know. I think coaching is to blame here a little bit, man. Like you telling me you bring in Rajon Rondo, the catalyst to us getting really good as the playoffs went on in that bubble.
Yeah.
And trust me, like he was everything that and more for the Lakers last season. As a role player, he's played like he's averaging like 5 points and 3 assists or some nonsense like that. Like what? They have like 7 guards on their team. It feels like, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just deploying the lineups. I do think it's similar to what the Lakers are doing. Like the Lakers and Clippers have so many role players on their teams And right now they're just not. None of them are playing well. So
Yeah.
I could just see Luka taking over another game, having another ridiculous 40 point, 10, 15 assist game where he's involved from every point of the game, plays every minute like he did yesterday, and close the door on the Clippers. I could genuinely see that happening, especially looking in real time right now and seeing the Nuggets down 12. I mean, I could see that going in 7 games just because the Trailblazers are just deadly from 3. So
they'll yank it.
Andrew, they got the turnover with 10 seconds left in the game because they crossed half court, and Ty Lue had a timeout but didn't call it during a 1-point game.
Didn't make any sense to me. We passed it to Terrence Mann instead.
You explained how strategy in small ball is so much more important in the playoffs, and that's what championship winning teams utilize and take advantage of. And why wouldn't you call a timeout? It's strategy. It's a part of the game. Yeah. You can't save it for overtime. You're not going to use that same... Oh, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
So Terrence Mann should have shot the freaking layup, first of all. Paul George passed it to him. He was having a solid little fourth quarter there and had a left-handed layup on Luka Doncic that he would have finished and they would have tied the game. Decided not to shoot it and throw the ball away. Yeah, and I don't know why you don't call a timeout. You set up, you have the ball already advanced. It's in the half court. Now you have side out of bounds. You call your best side out of bounds play for your best player, Kawhi Leonard. You get the best shot you can. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, especially, I told Andrew, you didn't have a whole lot of time after Terrence Mann caught the ball, but after you saw Paul George pass the ball with like 4 seconds left, dude, I'm calling a timeout. Terrence Mann is not the one who's determining whether or not we win or lose this ball game. No, so, yeah, absolutely. Didn't make a lot of sense to me, dude. But I can totally – I mean, the way Luka's been playing, all bets are off. Like, they can go in tomorrow and into Dallas and they'll win and they can move on and be in the second round.
I'm just going to expect that every time out because Luka's ridiculous, right? Luka's got some of those qualities that I see in Kobe, right? They're different players, different styles completely, but he just has that you know, like, it's like, you know, the exorcism movies where like the devil's inside you. It's just Luka's got this like thing inside him that it's like a Venom going into you know, Brock, the news reporter. It's just something inside of him just changes him from a normal person into this just like ridiculous like version of a human being I've ever seen. Like he's so freaking good.
Yeah, he's ridiculous, dude. He really is.
Bruh. The Dodgers game yesterday. I don't know what to do with myself on off days.
Poor Amanda.
Hey, well, you get 162 games, you know? Yeah, I mean
a lot of games. She's a big horror fan, like I mentioned the other day, so she's probably got some kind of A Quiet Place is out. Did you see the new Saw? I know she's a big Saw fan. That was on her little Cassie made her like a board for their sorority. I hope I'm not giving away too much information.
Paul George is an 11-year vet. Doesn't play like it sometimes. He puts up numbers, but
you mean Pandemic P? You mean Pandemic P?
There ain't no trace of that. I saw a couple podcasts today questioning his age. Andrew's talking about Paul. About
people
Paul
are
George.
Ridiculous. No, yeah. Oh, the age thing though is about freaking Luka. People were talking about, oh, is he really that young? Is he not from like Siberia and no one knows how old this guy is? Dude, you're an idiot. Like y'all are so stupid. Like, get the hell out of here. He looks like he's 22. He doesn't look like a 30-year-old man.
That's how old Luka is. Yeah, you're not.
Are you kidding me?
Luka's only been in the league for 3 years. This is his third
You
want
to know? People are like, why is he so good? Well, he's so good because he's been playing professional basketball since he was 14 years old. He's been playing against grown men professionally for freaking 8 years already.
Yeah, that's not to be trifled with.
All right, are we gonna go worry now, Ace?
Well, let's end the show with looking ahead into the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll give some predictions either off air or on air with Andrew once he's on the show, so we can kind of do that together. So the Bucks versus Nets. That's the 2 versus the 3. So this is going to be interesting, right? Because Giannis Antetokounmpo played amazing this first round. The Miami Heat didn't show, as far as I'm concerned. The Bucks proved that they have a solid team. Drew Holiday played out of his mind. Like, he overproduced. Chris Middleton to what they got what was to be expected out of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So talk about their 3 best players, right? Because it's pretty close there. As they are going against the 3-headed monster of Harden, Durant, and Kyrie, right? So, and these 3 have been clicking. So it is a little scary for my predictions to say like, oh, the Nets aren't going to win because I don't think these 3 can mesh. They are meshing together. They have won 4 out of their 5 games. Still really can't play defense, so we'll see how the Bucks can exploit that, coming from them being a little bit more well-rounded of a team.
Right.
Do you have any general thoughts about what you're expecting out of this series?
Super excited for it. That's pretty much it. I mean, geez, man, like,
is this the best? Is this the best second round series?
I think so. I mean,
because if you look at
who can the Lakers play?
If you look at the bracket, Utah is going to face the Clippers or the Mavericks. The Lakers or Suns will play the Nuggets or Trailblazers. I wouldn't say let's say it's Suns versus Nuggets. No, right. It's not better. Suns versus Trailblazers, not really better. Lakers versus Trailblazers, meh. Lakers versus Nuggets, probably the most interesting one to see out of that one.
We're wiping them. No way. I mean, I know you like Jokic, bro. We're wiping. If we play the Nuggets, it's 5 games. It's 5 games. That's the most interesting.
It was 5 games
that's what it would be. It would be 5 years. It would be 5 games. It'd definitely be the Bucks and Nets, I think, right?
The other one is the Hawks versus Sixers. So this has to be it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in the way the Bucks match, I have the Bucks winning this series. I mean, I haven't made my projection or anything, but little, what I'm saying, we've been talking about it already because all we do is talk about sports, me, you, and Andrew, even when we're not on freaking YouTube. I think the Bucks are going to win the series. I think they match up really well. I think losing Dante DiVincenzo was actually a big deal, even though people don't seem to think so. And I still think they're going to win this series. Yeah. He's like, oh, Pat Connaughton could come in and just do what Dante DiVincenzo did. I think you were watching the other day, but it wasn't the day you were on. I totally brought up the same thing. I was like, Shaq and Chuck, I think were the 2 guys who were like, oh, yeah, it's not even a big deal. Like, no, it's a really big deal. He shoots the ball really well. He plays really good defense, especially on the perimeter. He gets them in their offensive sets. He allows Giannis and Drew Holiday. He just gives he allows them to do other things, like Chris Middleton be a spot-up shooter like he's really good at. Giannis be able to cut off the weak side to the strong side in the low post. So that way it opens up stuff for shooters on the backside. I think this is the best series. I mean, it's really hard picking against 3 players as talented as Harden, Durant, and Irving. But I think they match up really well. I love Drew Holiday. I think Drew Holiday is going to do as good of a job as you can do guarding Kyrie Irving. I think Chris Middleton is going to do as good of a job as you can do guarding James Harden. I think Giannis is going to do the best job that anyone on the planet can do in trying to stop Kevin Durant. So, I think this is the most entertaining series by far.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like you said, we'll break it down a little bit more when we give our predictions.
Right.
Hawks versus Sixers. I think the Hawks bring an element to this that I'm excited to see.
Right.
The youth supreme, the youth being able to come in here and just bury their teeth into the neck of the Sixers and just let them bleed out to death.
Really?
However, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying
big however. Yeah.
That's what could happen. And,
right.
Like the playoffs show you how much of a backbone you have, right, as a team. The Sixers losing to the Washington Wizards in one game, because the Washington's youngins went off. That doesn't prove to me that the Sixers actually have faced a dire circumstance yet. So I think the Hawks do bring that element into this, where that they can be a little scared of their opponent. I don't know if they have the talent to surpass that. It would take probably Trae Young elevating to his level, as well as one more piece to that team really shining. We'll see. Joel Embiid out potentially this, for multiple games of this whole series is just...
if he's out for a substantial amount of time, this becomes an interesting little series. And maybe, because I don't think there's any answer for Joel Embiid.
Maybe this makes this the biggest series of the,
if Joel Embiid's out, if Joel Embiid's out, this could be a big one.
Sixers go down. The 2 versus 3 have the most wide open opportunity to get to the finals, right?
And imagine being the Sixers, right? You're doing the process. You're trying to do everything you can in this season, right? Becoming the 1 seed in the East was a big deal because you avoid either the Bucks or the Nets. You let those two teams cannibalize each other until the Eastern Conference Finals, and then boom, you get the Hawks, who the Sixers pretty much owned the entire season. I think they were like 3-0 against them. And who would have their starting center is Clint Capella. Like, Clint Capella is great and everything, but Joel Embiid is going to eat Clint Capella alive. So, when you lose Joel Embiid, this becomes an entirely different series because, I mean, who started now? Dwight Howard? Mike Scott? Like, what are we doing now? You know what I'm saying? It gets real tough pickings down there.
You can't really go small, right? You can't.
Well, they're not a small team. When Ben Simmons is your point guard, there's no going small. You can't go small. I mean, what are you going to do? Start Danny Green and Jokic going off?
What did Jokic do?
He ain't balling that much. We got 13 minutes. I mean, we got 13 points. We're down by 13 points.
So I just pulled up a stat. Trae Young, and actually this is insignificant. Sorry. Never mind. We're moving on here. Okay, let me put Trae Young versus Sixers. I'm trying to get a good Trae Young stat so far.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. Trae Young in his career has averaged 27 points, 9 assists, 4.5 rebounds.
That's pretty good.
In 9 games against the Sixers in his career, with a plus-minus of positive 27. So he has produced good points, 27 points a game, which have been positive towards the score. So I would expect nothing more for him to come out here and to really play well.
Right.
Just we'll see how it turns out with the Sixers being a little hurt. Should make an interesting series.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as exciting as that is, it looks like we're missing some good NBA action. So we'll hop off right now, join the rest of the basketball community, and see how these Game 6s will shake out. Jay, I wish you and my team well tonight. Hopefully they actually show up to play.
I need it, man. I can't have another day.
Let me just quickly throw out here that we are the AJA Sports Show. Thank you for tuning in. Ryan, Amanda, you guys are great as always.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate your viewership and your comments, and thanks for being in the comment section today, Andrew. We hope to see you soon, bro. The next time you can see us is potentially tomorrow. We're looking like we're going to do a fun episode tomorrow, so that should be a joy to do with you guys. We usually always get a lot of positive feedback on our fun shows.
Yep.
And then apparently, can't leave real quick here yet, the United States men's national team advanced to the finals of the CONCACAF Nations League's final. Andrews gets 10 seconds of soccer news a day, and we just fulfilled the quota for the
there it is
for the whole week. So
that's it. That's our soccer coverage for the season.
Woo!
Dan Levitar, bro, I love that dude.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We had a blast. Hope to see you guys real soon. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you, guys.